From debate number 2, that was wrong! Due to our dynamic candidate for President Donald J. Trump, all these assumptions were shattered. The Republican Party under Donald J. Trump won unprecedented numbers of votes from each of these groups that I just mentioned. This was due to people thinking for themselves and refusing to be lumped together into voting blocks by the mainstream media and by pollsters. In fact, I probably shouldn't even be addressing people in that manner, because we are all united, we are together, and I will say, if you voted for Donald J. Trump, you are first and foremost an American and a patriot! None of these divisions put forth by the Democrats. Now let me just go back to one of these groups I just mentioned to disprove yet another Democrat theory and assumption. That would be the young people, the millennials, who've been fed a steady stream of liberal propaganda, nonsense in their schools, in the media, in pop culture, in peer pressure, etc., etc. Well, right here today I have an example of a millennial who thought for himself, who overcame the hype. This man is a hardcore conservative, a hardcore Donald Trump supporter, and he just happens to be the guy who set up this entire event, right down from the bookings, to paying for the permits, the setup, the teardown. This is the most conservative millennial on earth and the biggest Donald J. Trump supporter under 30. Hey, here is Taylor Boland!
Woo!
Thank you so much for everyone who came out. It's a very big honor. It's a very big honor that I could put this event on in my hometown, standing here and speak on why I voted for Donald J. Trump. I voted for Donald J. Trump because he's putting America first. He is putting veterans over illegals. You have our southern border that has been secure since Inauguration Day. By over 70% illegal immigration is down. That is 100% Donald J. Trump. Woo! We will lead off with the invocation.
One thing that Donald isn't is silent, right? Yeah. You go to a football game and you gotta be silent, right? You know what I mean? Slavery. Slavery. When you gotta keep your trap shut and not shout out unto God, you're silenced. You don't want that. Donald is empowered. He is empowered from the highest of all. He stays in the Word, and the Word keeps him empowered. There's power in the blood. There's power in the Word of God. And he is in a Bible study, and everybody in that cabinet's in a Bible study, and 700 people in that in a Bible study, and 7,000 across the nation is staying empowered. You want to stay empowered? Stay in the Word of God.
Share this, everyone.
Donald, we pray for you right now. Take your hands off of God's property. Get out of there. Get out of there in Jesus' name by His power.
We got a lot
of
people here too.
March. Protect.
We got Sean.
Put your angels around him and guard him, his family, our nation, and dispel the darkness and bring the light. And we thank you, Jesus, for what you're doing. Let us be thankful people, constantly praising Him and thanking Him for what He's doing and what He's going to do. He's going to make America great again. Hallelujah.
Woo!
Everyone, please turn your eyes to the flag while we say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please give it up for Miss Angela Vick, singing God Bless America.
When the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us all be thankful for a land that's free. As we raise our voices and pledge allegiance to this flag, let us all be grateful and lift our voice in prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Beautiful. Wow, I got that all. All right, I think we're stepping
That
back
was
for a
so
minute.
beautiful. Give it up for Miss Angela Vick. Give it up for her.
That was awesome. That brought tears to my eyes.
Wants to join me in the Lord's Prayer before we can get started here.
We got people honking,
Our
y'all.
Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy
Thy
kingdom come,
Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Our daily bread,
and
forgive us our trespasses,
as
as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever.
Amen.
Amen.
Now, if Sean would please come to the stage, Sean Wisdom, to explain why we're out here standing with our president, please.
Here's our boy. I'll go up there.
Alright, y'all. Y'all already know why we're here. That's simple. We're here to support our great president. We're here to support our great country, which we all know, unfortunately, the last 8 years plus has been under attack. Now we have a president that's going to stand strong for all of us. A president that stands for the Constitution. A president that can't be bought, can't be paid. Ain't gonna go around the country, around the world saying, I'm sorry for this, we're sorry for that. No. It's America strong, America first. And that's the way it should be, and that's the way it should remain.
Amen.
Because there's other threats out there, unfortunately, in this country.
Hey, Adriana.
We gotta make sure, like this year, we stay to the voting booth. Because we are the people. We have a voice. No longer are we going to be the minority. We're going to be the majority, and we're going to be loud. We're going to be proud, but we're going to do it the right way. Because we know violence is never the answer. The answer is going to the polls. The answer is going to events like this and showing that we stand strong. That our voices will be heard. Like Donald Trump says, we are one nation, under one God, under one flag. And that's how it should stay. And that's why we're here today, is to show our support for our country, to show our support for our president, and most important, to show that we are united, that we will not be divided again, because we are stronger united. Who's next, Taylor?
Good job, Sean.
Can I get a hoorah?
Hoorah!
Trump, 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 Trump,
Trump.
Trump. Can I get a USA chant?
Yeah, USA! 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 USA!
And hey, let's not forget our men in uniform.
Yes!
We back the blue.
We back our blue.
100%. There's one of our Ocala's finest right over there. Thank you very much, sir.
We got one of our
Without
finest.
further
He's
delay,
watching
we
us
will
up over
start
there, making
with
sure everybody's
speakers.
all right.
Mr. Don Boldoff, candidate for governor. Please give it up for Mr. Boldoff.
And we got one coming up for Republican. We're going to step back here for a minute, you guys. You guys can go back over
Holy
here.
crap, he laid down the gauntlet for me to be as entertaining as Donald Trump. Oh, you're going to have to give me more than 3 minutes, dude. Okay? Sorry. Hey, listen, here's the first thing you got to know about me. Is that I have been fighting for you for a couple decades. I may be just getting into the governor's race, but believe me, I've been to the belly of the beast. Now, let me tell you a little story here, because if you look on my website, you'll see that if I'm elected governor from day one, we're going to follow the complete Constitution, and you are never going to pay a direct federal income tax again.
Sorry, guys.
Now,
I tried to invite
if you
everybody
think
as quick as
the
possible, but I didn't want to
IRS
miss
isn't watching
this.
me, if you think they don't take me seriously, 2 days after I made my announcement, they actually went to my bank and levied my campaign account. Something you can't do. Imagine that. Of course, I called the banker, and they got straightened out pretty quick, but that was just a shot across the bow, because, see, I've been fighting these guys since 2010. I was on Glenn Beck's TV show, and you can see that on YouTube. It's kind of cool. It was fun. But after the show, Glenn Beck came to me and he said, hey, you guys better get ready for your audit, because Lois Lerner and that gang's coming after you. And I said, me? Just little old me? Really? So he said, oh yeah, they're going to want to shut you up, dude. Lo and behold, a couple months later, I actually get a notice I'm getting audited. So I go to the IRS thinking I'm okay. I go in there, and this is where the part gets very entertaining, folks. I go into this meeting, and the auditor says, well, we got a problem. You overstated your income. I'm thinking, woohoo! I overstated my income. I'm going to get some money back, right, dude? Oh, no, not so fast. I said, well, how much did I overstate my income? He said, $22,638. Cool. I'm getting
Just
some money
share
back.
this as much as you
No.
can, because this is really,
You also
there's
have
powerful
unreported
messages
income.
here.
How can you have overstated and unreported on the same frickin' report, huh? So I said, well, how much is the unreported? $22,638. Wait a minute, dude. That is the same amount of money. Oh, no, it's two different things. I said, you sure it's just not something in the wrong box? Oh, yeah, it's two different things. So I said, okay, fine, we'll play your game. Sounds to me like it's a wash. Oh, no, you've got a penalty. Well, how much is the penalty? Oh, it's right here on the paper. No, speak it out. Oh, it's right here in the
Thank you,
paper.
Lorianne.
No. I had to look. He would not say
Thank you,
the
Geraldine.
words. And I look, and the penalty is $22,638. What? Yeah. So these guys are trying to get me for $22,638, and it's like, dude, what is going on here? But then I remember my old friend Glenn Beck. You know, he's the crazy uncle that's right every once in a while. I remember Glenn saying, dude, get ready. They're going to come after you hard. They don't care. They just have to shut you up, because you know how to defeat them. So I look at this auditor, and at this point I know, crap. There ain't nothing I'm going to say or do to change this guy's mind. So I look at him, I go, you know, didn't you say you're a CPA? And he says, yes, I am. I said, what's that stand for? Can't perform arithmetic? Well, he didn't like that much, and I really didn't care. So then I said, look, the meeting's over. I'll see you clowns in court, thinking in our country we have a right to a jury trial. And I said, I want to see you explain this to a jury. So we go through the process. And I get into court with the IRS. I'm in the belly of the beast, baby. We're in federal tax court. First thing I do is I say, Your Honor, I'm invoking my right to a jury trial. And he says, sir, not everybody has a right to a jury trial, and you, sir, have no right to a jury trial. Are you freaking kidding me? I seem to remember in James Madison's notes that from the Constitutional Convention, that after they read the first draft of the Constitution, Edgar Jerry stood up and said, hey, we've got to put something in there to protect the people with a jury trial, because a jury trial is how you protect the people from corrupt judges. Okay? Is there any more of a corrupt judge? The one that's telling me that I can't have a jury trial and I can't let you folks decide who's right? They don't want that, because they know that the jury can say, hey, I agree with Don, this is a load of crap, and we're not going to have this. So we proceed, and they bring over this folder, this thick, and say, you need to sign this as being all the correct evidence. I'm like, no way am I signing that. Are you nuts? And so they said, well, we'll proceed anyways. So now the same guy that I insulted gets up on the stand, and you know that whole bit about the unreported and the overstated, that goes away. What they did was they said, oh, we decided that you're not an S Corp, you're a C Corp. That's the company that I have. They're telling me my company is a C Corp, and we decided that you owe $263,000. Okay? And now at this point I'm thinking, wait, you just said I'm a C Corp? Yep. So you can only go after the corporation. Yep. And I'm thinking in my head, the corporation doesn't even own a frickin' pencil. No problem, dude. So we went through that horse, dog, and pony show, and you know, we've still never really settled it. They still claim I owe the money. They claim they're going to come after me, and I don't care, because you know what it did was it forced me to go through and find all the correct answers. And I remember a friend of mine made a movie some years ago called Uncommon Friends of the 20th Century, and in the movie is depicted when Henry Ford was having an interview with a reporter from Miami, and his friend was watching. After the reporter was done, he got up and left. His friend came over and said, Henry, why didn't you tell that guy what's under the hood of that car? And Henry Ford said, because he never asked the right question. I'm telling you folks, you want to get answers, you want to get the truth, make sure you're asking the right question, make sure you're fighting the right fight. Okay? But I remember that. So through this process, I got to become an expert in House Document 398. You can read about it on my website. It'sarepublic.com is the website. And because of that, I understand that that pocket constitution they give you is only part 2, folks.
It won't waste my tank.
They're lying to you, because that is actually an amendment to the Articles of Confederation. And when you read the Articles of Confederation, you see how the two work together. They state legislatures solely because that means
sorry,
they're
guys,
the ones that have to write the check, not you guys. The reason you're doing it now is because of the word of the year collusion of 1913 between the federal government and the state governments, and they took over and said we're going to start taxing the people directly, and then we'll give the states some money back. So the bottom line is, I don't have to do anything but follow the complete Constitution. Okay?
Yeah. Here, here.
I take the oath of office, I drop my hand. None of you will pay a direct federal income tax again. Not a personal, not a business. All that money that's offshore that they can't bring in because of income taxes will flow into Florida tax-free. We'll have a boom. We'll have an influx of cash. We'll have an influx of business. Okay? So, if that's the only message I can get across to you today, check out my website, itsarepublic.com. And the reason it's called that is because when Dr. Franklin came out of the Constitutional Convention, he was asked, Dr. Franklin, what have you given us? And he said, it's a republic, ma'am, if you can keep it. By God, I'm planning on keeping it for you guys. And believe me, I am all in on this fight. Nobody's going to scare me out. Thank you. I love you guys. Sorry I went a little bit long, but I had to take on that challenge to make it entertaining.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you.
Please give it up all the way from Wesley Chapel, Miss Sammy Jo.
Woohoo! His name was Sammy Jo. That's the girl with the shirt that I want. What you want? I want her shirt.
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about. Well, what is she? Is she running for something?
I don't know.
Sorry, I was late like I always am to everything. I'm going to sing the national anthem, and first I want to say go Trump, because I'm a big Trump supporter. I've done a lot of rallies for him. I've been a part of Bikers for Trump. I sang for Rudy Giuliani when he talked for Trump, so I'm a big Trump supporter. And I want to give a shout out to all our military, all our police officers,
Hey, Mom.
all of our people that are in the ambulances and everything like that. So God bless y'all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
I want it.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Good job.
Do you want to become a prop? Do I want to become a what? A prop.
Give it up for Sammy Joe. That's not easy coming out here singing that song. Give it up for her.
Yes, please, if you'd like to.
Go ahead. Have
Wonderful job.
You want me to take
Please welcome
You got your bag and everything? Okay.
conservative candidate for the governor of Florida, Mr. Bruce Nathan.
Bruce! That was amazing.
All right,
song.
all
Like
right.
I cried
Thank
up,
you very
guys.
much for having me. I appreciate Taylor. Hi, thank you for putting this all on. That was very nice of you, Sean. I've known Sean for some months now. Great guy. Thank you very much. I got a lot of my people here. Hug John is up here with me, and the Threepers. We love the Threepers. I love everything. The Florida Patriots. These guys are all great. They've been on my team for a long time. They're just fantastic people. Each one has something they bring to the table, and that's what it's all about. It's about all of us getting together and bringing something to the table. I've been endorsed by Citizens for Trump,
We got candy
Red
and
Hats
Barb
for Trump.
up the top.
Okay, Constitutional Patriots just endorsed me today. They're conpats.com. They're the most constitutional group in the United States of America. They're reaching out to all 50 states to get me elected to become the most conservative governor in the United States, because I am the guy who's non-establishment. I am running on the GOP Republican ticket, just like Donald Trump. But it doesn't take it right there, because we know that it's not going to work, because the parties are pushing against our president, the parties are pushing against me, and it's not going to work when the parties keep pushing against us, because we're never going to drain the swamp if we don't do it the right way. We have to work together.
Amen.
We have to come together. It's we the people.
United.
That's what it's always about. And that's what it's always going to be about. So I want you to tell me, with all that, with everything I'm saying right here, Raise your hand if you love the healthcare system you're in right now. Wow, wow. Oh, okay, so let me tell you.
No.
Through your job. I'm a physical therapist. I was in a patient's home yesterday morning, 10:30 in the morning. 96-year-old veteran. The poor guy has got a wife who's 85 years old. They're in a trailer. The poor guy can barely get out of his wheelchair. She has to try and lift him out. He falls on the floor every day. This is our veteran. His wheelchair that was sent from the VA is a piece of work. It doesn't fit in their house. They can't fit anything in their house at all. And nobody's there to take care of this poor guy. And because his insurance ran out, they kick him out of the hospital. I see this every day on my job. I work every single day seeing 5 to 7 patients in their home, and I have to tell you, the healthcare system is a disaster.
It is.
I am putting together the data network and the way a capitalistic health system should work in the state of Florida.
Yes.
We are going to push back on Medicaid, we're pushing back on Medicare, and the 20 million that live here in the state of Florida are going to have a health system that works for them. There's going to be a small deductible, a small amount per month, and a capitalistic system means the way I'm just announcing tonight, because I figured out putting the piece to the puzzle together, there will be no insurance companies and no agencies to stand between you and your doctors, or your therapists, or your nurses.
Nice.
That's what we need. We need direct access. And this is not a shared program. I have to tell you, it's going to be a program that you're all going to like, and it's going to be a program that's going to make money for the state of Florida. That's what it's all about. To become governor, you have to have smart ideas to bring us out of where we are. We feel bad for Donald Trump because he cannot get the healthcare system passed because of the idiots that are up there, all 535 of them. They all got to go. The lawyers and anybody who wants to come in as a lawyer to become part of our government, we've had it with that. We've been dealing with that for way too long. So it's time for us to come together, to make it so that we, the people, can bring it all together. I have the solutions. You're not going to find any other gubernatorial candidate that's here or anywhere or going to come on board with all their money or all their no money that's going to have the same ideas as a medical practitioner. Because I get into the people's homes every day and I see what you need. And I care about you. I care about every single person. That's what it's all about. In the bigger picture, sanctuary cities are closed. Under Bruce Nathan.
Yeah, good.
Sovereign areas of the state of Florida are no more sovereign states. We cannot have the Saudis own a piece of our land and say, you cannot come onto our land. No, this is our land. We fought for this land. Woo! People know that. People hold the flags for Florida, the Civil War. We fought hard for this land. And we're not giving it up to people that come in with some money, a couple $1 million or $1 billion to say we're going to buy somebody off. That's not going to happen. So we have to look at the big picture. We have to know that we are going to be here for the long haul. And I do this 100%, not for any other reason but my 6 children. I have 6 children. My oldest has just become a doctor. My next one is going up to Maritime Academy. My next one's going to Gatorville over here, University of Florida, right there, on an ROTC scholarship. Yeah. I did my 9 years as a United States Army reservist right after 9/11. So I'm a veteran, just like many of the rest of you. I care about the veterans. My health system has got a built-in plan where the veterans, we're not going to worry about the federal government and the veterans. I love what Donald Trump has done, but still, it's going to be problematic for each state to put it together. Under my plan, the veterans get 100% coverage, 100% of the time, 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week with any doctor they choose. No deductible. That's it. And if they're not seen, they're going to answer to me. That's where it has to come down to. The buck will always stop at my desk. I take full responsibility for all of my children. I take full responsibility for my 20 million that would be here, that would become my children. 8.2 million children in the state of Florida that won't have to deal with Common Core anymore, because that's going to go away.
Good.
The counties are going to take over the schooling again. Federal government again push back. We have to make it so that we are going to be the people. Quickly, open carry, that's for me. Open carry laws. It's time. We have to have open carry again.
Yes.
So everything that's about the Constitution is where I stand. Pushing back on federal taxation, that's number one of my pillars. No more federal taxation. We don't need it. We can make it so we have a consumption tax right here at 10 cents on the dollar. And we watch over our own money. We don't care about the federal money. We don't care what they're going to do. We have to bring it back to the state level because the corruption has just gone awry and we can't take it anymore. So I don't want to take any more of your time. I do appreciate each and every one of you listening to me.
Robert, we have them. We got our eyes.
Love all of your children and grandchildren because I got to tell you, it's time that we leave a legacy for them that they care about. That's the reason Donald Trump is doing this. He would not have done this if it wasn't for his children and grandchildren. Absolutely. He could have been anywhere flying around the world doing his normal business. He's here for America. I'm here for America. I am now endorsed by more people that's from Donald Trump's team, with Donald Trump's team on my team, and we're going to make it happen. BruceNathan2018.com, that's where you go to look me up. We appreciate donations. I've got a table right over there. Please come over, get a shirt. We'd love to have a little contribution for that, get a sign. But I'm happy to come speak with any one of you at any time about anything because I'm here for you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Give it up for Bruce Nathan. Good man.
Woo!
Please welcome President of the Citrus County Trump Republican Party, Mr. Billy Case.
People behind us too. They're everywhere.
Hey, Patriot Movement, what's going on with them?
We got people everywhere. Guys, I'm not showing myself. I have my oxygen tank on right now because I'm getting short of breath. But
we have the first charter President Trump Club in the state of Florida, and we've almost reached 100 members. The last meeting we had 120 people show up, and they loved it. We had good speakers. We worked for Donald Trump. We want to work to make America great again. So with that being said, I'm going to let you enjoy some music. Stick around. We've got cold water up here and it's free. Get to know each other. Let's stay together and work for Donald Trump. President Trump, sorry.
We got 5 more speakers too. Oh, the music goes first. After this, yeah. I know. I don't want people to leave. I don't want people to leave. It's not over.
Excuse me. Please welcome to the stage founder of the Nemaya Plan, Mr. Randy Osborne. Randy, around here?
Hey, Scooby-Doo, are you in the chamber?
Come on up, Mr. Osborne. Give it up for Mr. Osborne. Come on.
Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Let's hear it. Hoorah!
Drop the mic.
A couple years ago, can y'all hear me?
No.
Hey, turn the mic off.
I can do better than that.
Can we hear you?
Who they got up here?
Someone wants to know about the crowd size. Show them the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's tomorrow night. It's an invitation. Would y'all like one?
I'll hit you up.
Yeah, it is. If y'all would like one.
Sure.
Do you each want one or?
Now, is this what's going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, yeah. So you're welcome to
And this
join
is
us.
going against.
Well, it's just informative. It's just information, factual information. So, yeah.
Well, I don't think our children should be indoctrinated into it.
Right. And that's just what's happening. So they're
Okay.
just presenting what's going on so that you can be informed. as
I
a
fought the
parent.
school system over this, so.
Yeah, well, good for you. So
I did.
was-
They
so
stopped.
was he.
They didn't. They didn't teach it that year. I did it for my oldest son, actually. He's the one standing with the flag right there.
Hello, there we go.
Yeah, now we have a
We got it.
situation with English.
Come on, go. Sorry about that, people.
Don't give up.
Oh, I won't.
Let's try this again. A couple years ago, I came up with the real conclusion that America was in deep, deep trouble. And this has been going on for years and years and years. After what has happened with our legislature, with the former president of the United States, he has taken this Constitution and has destroyed it. But this is what I've looked at. The very first thing on the Constitution of the United States, it says, "We the people." Now I want to hear this. I want to hear you say this. 1, 2, 3. We the people. All right. Every time I come up with an issue, I want you to come up with "we the people," because I don't want you to forget that that is what made this country, this nation great. This nation was made for a free and moral people. It was an experiment that had never in the history of the world had ever been made. And it's where that the government was made up of the people. And the Constitution was to protect that issue. This Constitution was not to protect the government from man, but it was to protect man from the government. It's because of we the people. I want to talk right now real quickly and real briefly on a couple issues. I have never, again in my lifetime, have seen a president attacked like I've seen Donald Trump attacked while he's been in office. It has been outrageous. It has been disgusting.
Amen. It's disgusting.
And one of them is the media. The fake news. I have never in my life seen made up news like it's been made up with Donald Trump.
Yep.
But you know what? It's going to take we the people to fix that. I have never in my life realized or seen that securing the borders of a sovereign and free nation was going to be such a controversy. It is destroying this sovereign nation because of the borders. And it's going to take we the people. Reform health care. The former speaker had just mentioned about reforming health care. You know what? It's not just the Democrats. Okay, I'm going to be gut honest. I was the former chairman of Marion County Republican Party. And guess what? It's not the Democrats that are stopping this. Guess who's stopping it? It's the rhinos. But you know what? Election time, it's going to take we the people. The other problem is, and I'm going to get into some social issues, I want to watch some people get real nervous on me. The government has no place to be funding abortions in America.
Yeah.
They have no place.
Amen.
And the only way that that's going to stop is it's going to take we the people. You see, guess who is stopping that, by the way? Guess who is blocking the defunding of that? It's the rhinos. It's the rhinos. I'm going to talk about education for a minute. One of the things, and I have been in education for many years, I have been fighting Common Core. I have written analysis on Common Core. Here's the problem. We are losing this nation because we're losing a generation. If you don't believe that, go to a college campus and you'll figure that out in a hurry.
Yeah.
That is the problem. It is the education that is destroying this. And it's the federal oversight of our education system that is destroying this nation. But you know what? It will take we the people to stop that. There is an event that I have, and I'm going to announce it at this point, that's Sunday night, that's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And this is what it is. It's American Islamic influence in America's school system. I invite every one of you to come to that event. It's at 6 o'clock. I have brochures. I got some people that are passing out those brochures. This is a serious issue that is crept into our education system. And it's going to take we the people to stop it. For 36 in Marion County school system, okay, this county, 36 pages on a history book is about Islam. And it's not about history, it's about propagating the gospel of Islam. 36 pages. In the very same textbook, there's a paragraph of Christianity.
Amen.
And a paragraph
I know it.
of Judaism.
Yep.
You know what?
Not accurate.
The only way we're going to stop that is it's going to take we, the people.
Oh, you there?
There's a plan, and I'm going to come up with two issues on this plan, and then I'm going to be done. Number one, you can be a Trump supporter all day long. In 2020,
no, he's not here. I thought he was there.
But if you're not a registered Republican, you
can't get there from here.
What I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to go register.
I know, that's why I was hoping he was there, because he ain't here.
The second thing I want you to do is I want you to go to your neighbors. I want you to educate. You have to get actively involved in your government. You can no longer sit on the sidelines. You have to get involved.
Yes.
Because guess why? Our founding fathers got it because they said it would be we the people. And then the last is we need to support our local patriots. We need to support those. The ones that are in office, we need to support them.
What's up, Kenny?
I see a gentleman over here, Jim Hilty, somewhere. I saw him earlier. There he is, right there. That guy is running for office. That guy's a Vietnam.
Oh, dude. You guys know I made it home. Jesus Christ.
Honest, godly, moral people for office. That is what it's going to take. I'm going to tell you another one.
Damn.
And I'm just going to be really honest about it. You can hate me later. There's a mayor of this city that took a stand. He asked simply because there was a lot of crime going on in the city. And
lots of crazy shit happened in Virginia today, man. People getting run over by cars and
I'm asking
all sorts of shit.
People to come to the square and pray. Guess what happened? He got sued over it. He got sued and the city got sued over it. That suit is going on right now. And you know what? I just talked to him a few minutes ago and he said, Randy, I'm not backing down because this Constitution was built on biblical principles. If I want to pray, I'll pray. If I want to ask somebody to pray, I'll ask somebody to pray. And nobody has a right to stop that. That's the kind of people that we need in office. That's the kind of people. I want you to take a look at these candidates that have spoken tonight. I want you to talk to them. I want you to engage them. And then guess what? Once you decide who you're going to support because of your moral, biblical, constitutional principles, then I want you to get out there and support them with everything you got. That's what it's going to take to change this nation around. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock at Central Baptist Church. I got some flyers.
Woo!
Please welcome to the stage the owner of the Central Florida Post and my boss, Mr. Jacob Ingalls. Give it up for Jacob.
Hello everyone, what a beautiful day to be alive in Trump's America. Can we get a round of applause for that? So we've seen on the TV last night on social media what's happening in
They got our girls up there. They asked them to go up and be
where again free speech
flag holders
is under
as, like,
attack,
you know, pretty faces
by
on
radical,
stage. So we got Candy
anti-American,
and Barb up there right now.
treasonous members of the alt-left. These people are trying to silence you and silence members of the Trump revolution from having a voice. Doesn't matter if it's a tweet, doesn't matter if it's a speech like I'm doing right now. They don't want you to speak because when you speak, other people listen and they wake up. It's what happened in 2016. It's going to happen again in 2018. And if you aren't supporting alternative media publications like Infowars.com. We have any Infowars fans out there? Yeah. Let's give it up for Alex Jones. So truth journalism happens from Infowars.com, covering everything from the globalists to our politics to lifestyle and culture. And that's what I do on the local level with CentralFloridaPost.com. There are other publications in this state that you should follow. And the gentleman before me spoke about evaluating these candidates, looking into their backgrounds. Are they showing up at these rallies? Are they supporting free speech? That is very important. But if you don't have honest truth journalism reporting on those events, supporting those candidates, and helping them spread their message, it means nothing. You can't trust the mainstream media.
Can't.
Mainstream. And what's the publication in this town? Ocala Star Blunder or the Banner? It's a total joke. It's just like the Orlando Sentinel.
Yeah.
Full of a bunch of relaxed, they're never out in the street, they're never among the people, they're in an office space being told what real life is. They don't know how to make ends meet. They don't know how to sign the front and back of a check. We don't need to listen to them. We need to listen to our leader. President Trump is leading the entire country, and it doesn't matter if these people hate him. He still wants to pull them out of poverty. He still wants to pull them into enlightenment and accepting what this country is and what it can be, and it can be great again. And it will be great again with President Trump again in 2020, and maybe Ivanka after that. I think that's what we should do. So let's give a round of applause to Taylor and everyone else here who's shown up. I drove through the rain from Orlando, and a lot of other people came from other places. And what a beautiful slice of Americana and good old-fashioned Florida to be here in downtown Ocala. Thank you so much.
Get it up for Ingalls, all the way from Orlando. Next we have
You guys are welcome.
Robert Dodrill.
Oh, they were thanking me for doing the live stream. We've got a lot of people speaking. I like this.
Thank you very much. I want to applaud you all for being here. One thing you can do is show up here. Another thing you can do is continue to support President Trump. You can do it by writing letters. You can do it by emailing. You can do it by going to other events like this. One thing at a time. We take the first step. This is the second step. Third step, get to your legislators, write letters, ask them to support President Trump. That's what we need to do. One thing at a time will help make President Trump make America stronger again, make America safe again, and make America great again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Give it up for Mr. Nick Belovich. Businessman, investor, Republican Party member, Trump campaign volunteer.
Thank you. If you remember how hard it was raining just a couple hours ago, anybody in their right mind would have thought this event would have been canceled. But all it did was cool off the day and give us a beautiful day like this. And that proves to me that God is on our side. Now, everybody else has talked about such positive things. I got to bring it down a little bit and go negative here and talk about something that I loathe, talk about something that I hate with a passion, and that would be the mainstream media. Now, historically, the mainstream media has always lied and slandered the conservative Republican candidates and all Republican presidents. Most Republican presidents have just tolerated this and taken it as par for the course. Except today, it has gotten a lot worse. Today, the mainstream media has ramped up the lies, the slander, and the fake news to an unprecedented level. Except there is one main difference. We have a president who fights back against them. And they don't know what to do. They've never encountered that before. They've never had anybody hit back and hit back 10 times harder. And the other thing we have is a general public who has lost all faith in the mainstream media's credibility. I mean, I was gullible. At one time, I thought when you turned on the news, you were being told the truth. You were being looked at verified sources and the truth. I didn't realize that every single time the mainstream media opens their mouth, they're promoting propaganda. Was that Antifa trying to shut us down? Anyway, the mainstream media, just the double standard. I'm just going to give you a couple little double standards. Every one of you know much bigger things than this. But the number one thing that got me was Benghazi. The way the media covered that. We had Hillary and Obama overseeing that, and we had heroes in the military that volunteered to go in and save those people's lives. They begged. They said, please let us put our lives on the line to rescue these American diplomats. They were told to stand down. Then they were told to change their uniforms, change into civilian uniforms, so they don't offend the people on the ground, the locals. That was more important to the past regime than to saving American lives. 4 times they were told to change their uniforms, and then they were told to stand down, and they were not allowed to go in and rescue and save the lives of Americans, which is what the military is here to do, what they volunteered to do. And then the lies, the spin that was put on by the left-wing mainstream media. This was covered up. Lies were told in the Rose Garden. Lies were told on the Mitt Romney campaign, and it was completely covered up, completely lied about. Just think. If there was even 1/10 of a blunder like that on a Trump campaign, that would be the top story for the next 6 months, and they'd be calling for an impeachment like they do already over scoops of ice cream. And again, just another me laugh a lot. The beloved Barack Hussein Obama, when he was on the campaign trail, he got him a stage. Again, imagine if any or Trump made such a again, it would be the top story on the news, and it would go on for 6 months, and they wouldn't shut up about it. Again, now, like what you got here, the Russia collusion thing. That is fake news. That is a load of crap. I mean, when I walked into the polling booth, there was nobody from the KGB. There was no Russian agent that put a gun to my head and told me I had to vote for Donald Trump. Fake news! Fake news. However, there is overwhelming evidence that the Ukraine collaborated with Hillary. And what do we hear from the mainstream media? Crickets! Nothing! Lock her up. 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 Thank you. If you've ever been to a Trump rally, when he gets an interruption like that, he loves it. That was the most fun I've had up here all night. Now, just a minor story, you probably didn't see this, because you probably don't rot your brains watching CNN. I can't stand watching them either. I happened to have it on one day, and they were doing a major story about how Donald Trump looks down at his feet when he walks down the stairs. There's nothing more intelligent than looking where you're walking. Have you ever seen Donald Trump take a spill and go head over heels the way Obama did and the way Hillary did? No, because he looks in front of himself. But somehow this was a reason to call him insane, to say he was crazy. It was a 15-minute segment on CNN. Again, this is insignificant, but I'm just showing you how stupid the mainstream media is. We're living in a world right now where we have terrorists and rogue dictators who want nothing more than to kill every single one of us. The mainstream media would rather do a meltdown over the number of scoops of ice cream Donald Trump has. Fake news, waste of time news. And also how all members of the Trump family are continuously attacked in the mainstream media. But right at the same time, Obama's daughter got high and passed out at a party. And again, what do we hear from the mainstream media? Crickets! It's a double standard. I'm sick and tired of it. And the mainstream media promoting the absolute stupidity of sanctuary cities. I don't even need to continue this. Everybody in the square knows how stupid it is to promote sanctuary cities. And we're told that we're racist and hateful for wanting legal people to come into the country and abide by the laws and to get arrested if they commit crimes. I mean, I'm not even going to go on about that because we're all on the same page here. As Donald Trump said, there is no crime or racism in putting America first. But the mainstream media attacks that very concept as if it's racist. Again, I don't need to keep going here, but Obama said, this is obvious, we all know this, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Premiums will come down by $2,500 per family. Both of those were complete 180s. Lies, falsehoods, inaccurate, it did not come to pass. I ask you again, what if it was a Republican or Trump who had made 1/10 of that inaccurate statement? Again, top story for 6 straight months, calls for impeachment. So again, I am absolutely sick of it. I'm sick of this with a passion of what the mainstream media has been doing, and I'm asking everybody to no longer be silent. There are people out there who just, all they watch is NBC, CBS, and this is what they see. This is the barrage of lies they get fed to them. So I'm asking everybody to speak up. When I saw somebody at work watching CNN, I laughed at him and told him he was watching fake news. Be vocal, get it out there, at least put the narrative out there, at least promote this, get somebody to think. If he turns to you and says, why is it fake news? Tell them to do some research. Make them think for themselves. We have 4 years to discredit the lies. We're not doing something illegal or wrong. We're discrediting what is discreditable. We need to discredit the lies, the false narrative, the left-wing liberalism, socialist, communist path that the mainstream media is putting this country on. Discredit it, slander it, mock it, laugh at anyone who believes anything. You know the old quote, is that true or did you hear it on CNN? Use it. Use every joke. Use every line you can. We need to discredit the mainstream media and the lies they tell. By doing that, we are supporting our President Donald J. Trump, and we are supporting the United States of America and truth. Thank you. God bless America, and God bless you all.
God bless you.
No more fake news. And now, for the main event, for our final speaker, we are going to end with someone who is fearless. He is a freelance writer telling true news, not fake news. He's a freelance writer with the Central Florida Post, a volunteer team coordinator with Act for America, and he is deplorable!
Woo!
He has organized this rally for us to show our support for President Donald J. Trump, for our armed forces, for our veterans, and for law enforcement. His love of country is overwhelming, but here's the part that nobody's going to believe. He is only 20 years old. Please welcome back to the podium, Taylor W.
Taylor!
Thank you so much for everyone who came out, specifically Mr. Case. I can't thank you much, and your whole crew really helped me out. The whole community. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me to be in my hometown, speaking about why I voted for Donald Trump and what we are facing in America right now. As Mr. Belovich introduced me, I'm a member of Act for America. I am a writer for the Central Florida Post. Alternative news is the future of America. Mark my words, it has to be. All of this fake news needs to go. So with that, I will deliver my address to y'all. Bear with me, I hope I don't put you to sleep, you know.
Go Taylor!
Thank you to everyone who came out here tonight. Very humbling to see everyone.
Hi, Lori.
We are here united with our president, Donald J. Trump. We are conservatives. We believe that limited government is better government. Amen. We believe in the sovereignty of the individual. We believe that less taxation equals more growth. We believe in the power of the free market and entrepreneurialism. And we believe in the right of every human being to pursue their dreams, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which are inherent from birth and God-given. Yes. God-given.
Yes.
Recently, we have seen the hate since the election last year. Hate against our president, hate against his agenda, and hate for those who elected him as the leader of the free world. We have seen Democrats obstructing his every political move, down to the appointment of undersecretaries in the government. We have heard the names they have called us: racist, misogynist, anti-woman, Islamophobe, racist, and deplorables.
Woo! Proud deplorable.
Radical liberal Marxists like Antifa and Black Lives Matter march across America, destroying infrastructure and terrorizing our college campuses. Well, I am here to tell you, the radical liberals, that we will not be deterred with your hate towards us. We will persist.
Amen.
We are sick and tired of the Russia story. Day after day, insulting our democratically elected 45th president. It is what it is on CNN. They turn everything into a Russia story. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't see any Russians at the polls at my polling precinct. Did y'all
No.
see any KGB agents or anything? Because I didn't. It's nothing but a really bad excuse for liberal Democrats who lost the 2016 election decisively.
Yeah. Crybabies.
It's fake
You're right.
news. It's fake news. That's what it is. It's fake. It's phony. It's not verifiable. Voters go to their polling precincts in a year from now. And on November 6, 2018, we will be voting out liberals and rhinos at the federal, state, and local levels. Voters will be going to the polls to make America great again. The Democratic Party is the party of racism, classism, and socialism. The Democratic Party, also known as the Democratic Plantation, is and always has been the party of racism, Jim Crow, and slavery. Republicans were for emancipation. Democrats were against emancipation. George Pendleton, a Democrat from Ohio, and Fernando Wood, a Democrat from New York, led a fierce effort against President Lincoln on the question of the 13th Amendment. Republicans and conservatives pushed the 13th Amendment forward. Democrats obstructed it. A man named Thaddeus Stevens led the effort for the enfranchisement of colored people and the equality between blacks and whites his whole life. And he was a Republican, not a Democrat. The Democrats blocked blacks at the polls and stuffed ballot boxes for the Democrats. And they also funded and founded the Democratic terrorist wing known as the KKK. This is a history of the regressive liberal Democratic plantation, and it must be stopped. The Democratic plantation uses racism and ignorance to obtain votes. That's all they do. They use people for voting. That's all they do. The Democratic Party is the party of anti-Semitism, with Islamists like Linda Sarsour, also known as Miss Cockroach, pushing for Sharia and Jihad in the United States of America. The truth is, you cannot simultaneously support Sharia and call yourself an advocate of women's rights.
Yep. Exactly.
They counteract each other at every level. Yep, they do. Linda Sarsour is an Islamic cockroach in America. Her ideas are incompatible with America and our Constitution. Sarsour the cockroach is a fake activist. She is a fake feminist. She's as fake as you can be. She silences young people on college campuses when they expose her and gets away with calling for jihad against our president. Boom. Linda, you may be able to silence those young people on college campuses across America, but you will never silence this young person. Woo! I make a challenge here to Miss Cockroach. Meet me in D.C.
so we can have a collaborative debate about your ideas and how you think they are good for America.
Yeah. Yes.
My money's on you.
I want to see that debate. Which leads me
I'll watch it. I'll be there.
to my full support of President Trump's necessary and constitutional travel ban.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have seen radical Islamists killing innocent civilians in Europe, and the governments of Western Europe turning their backs on their own people. America will not become Europe, not with our president, Donald Trump.
Are you going live?
Because when you have migrants coming to Europe
Go onto your Facebook?
from Islamic countries to leave, yet they are bringing
Are you just trying to
the
upload
exact
pictures?
same form of government to those European countries. It threatens any form of democracy. Any form of democracy.
There's your last video.
Oh, okay.
With this being said,
And then you push share.
we have an obligation as Americans
You
to
want to share
protect and
it to
defend
Kelly?
our country.
Well, I tried it,
and to
but it was
protect
too
and
big.
defend our people.
So you might have to share it to
Our
Facebook.
people.
Okay.
We do not have the luxury nor the time in America to apologize for Islam. Islam is an evil set of totalitarian
It's
tenets.
uploading it to Facebook right now.
There is nothing more disempowering to
Now you can
women
say something.
around the globe
Type whatever you want to put in. Just,
other
just
than the
share it.
doctrine of Sharia.
Post.
There's no
There you go.
Islamophobia.
Thank you.
No problem.
It's a myth. It's all
new to
It's a
me.
myth.
It's all right.
As Americans, we must speak out. We must be educated on the subjects. We must also educate others who do not understand the threat posed. We, the people, need to educate the people who don't comprehend what we are up against. We are facing 1,400 years of Islamic fascism that is undeniably and irrefutably opposed to our values.
Absolutely right.
To our system of government, our republic.
Yep.
And remember, it's ours. It's our republic.
Ours.
Always. When the Islamists go out and attack and behead people and kill infidels, they don't go to liberals and say, oh, thank you so much for the political correctness. We'll stop terrorizing you now. We'll stop blowing up buildings, convoys. They don't go and say, oh, thank you so much. No, they don't do that. No, they keep on doing it because everyone is too afraid. So they become complacent and politically correct. Silence is consent for apologizing for Islam. Apologizing to Islam is submission. And that's the Islamist playbook, to bank on people's ignorance and fear. We can't afford to lose this war. It's been going on now for over 10 centuries. Think about that. 10 centuries we've been fighting this. There are over 50 majority Muslim nations on earth. The Islamists are always in the minority. But they are always the loudest minority in those countries. And for me, the peaceful and tolerant majority of people within those countries is indeed irrelevant, because they are too afraid and do nothing to stop the Islamists. President Trump is putting America first by protecting Americans first, not unvetted refugees.
Woo!
He is bringing Christian values back into the White House.
Amen.
That after 8 long years were absent, attacked,
Thank
and
you for
the
sharing this,
constant
guys.
Israel bashing by the Obama White House.
President Trump is making our economy great again by donating his paycheck to our national parks for renovation. The stock market has hit an all-time high, 20,000, 21,000, 22,000. 401ks are off the charts. Consumer confidence is at an all-time high. Unemployment is at a record low in America. Over 1 million jobs that have been created since November 8th, 2016. Companies are finally coming back to America. As I traverse the state, consumer confidence is up and business leaders are so appreciative of the president. Finally, we have a president that will cut back on the unnecessary regulations that stifle business. Right. I have more and more hope, as my fellow Americans do, and I have not seen this enthusiasm within the business community since studying about 1980. People are excited. They want to spend money and they want to go back to work. Trump is renegotiating our one-sided trade deals, such as NAFTA, and he has already gotten rid of the TPP. Woo! President Trump is making our country great again by deporting illegal aliens. Woo! Trump is deporting MS-13 and members so fast you can't even count that high. The catch and release policy is over. The days of illegal immigrants coming into the United States and not facing any consequences are over. Illegal immigration at our southern border with Mexico has decreased and has gone down and has been reduced by over 70%. 70%. And don't even think about it. We're going to build the wall. The wall is going up. Build the wall.
Build that wall.
Build that wall.
Build that wall. Build that wall.
Build it. That big, beautiful wall. And make it solar. And the Obama days are over. Trump is making our country great again by supporting our veterans and law enforcement.
Amen.
Who have been treated horribly under this last administration. Trump has signed the VA Accountability Act, which protects whistleblowers who see everything in VA hospitals if care is not properly provided to those who have served our country. President Trump has the full support of us. We, the people. He did not win because of Russia. He won because of us.
Us.
Together, we will make America wealthy again.
Yes.
We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. And together, we will make America great again. God bless you all. God bless our military. God bless our president. God bless our veterans. And God bless our military. And may God, our God, continue to bless these United States of America.
Amen.
Thank you. Good night, Ocala. I love you.
Woo!
Taylor's a rock.
I'm just going to watch it.
That's what everybody's doing, is pretty much just watching. You guys, I'm going to cut the live feed for a minute so I can take a break. If there's more speaking, then I will be right back on. Thank you for watching. Love you all.